Basil Kiiza Bataringaya of Democratic Party, DP, leader of opposition, 1962 to 1964. A lot of families are still claiming that their loved ones have been abducted by security organs, and their whereabouts and fate is unknown. Relatives of missed person had been praying at NUP offices in 𝐋𝐞𝐿, and the search for them have yielded nothing. Parents, spouses witnessed their loved ones grabbed in their sight by armed individuals sporting military fatigues. Maria Namuto, wife of 𝐻𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵, husband picked from his place of work. Asmati Namato, sister of Fahad Kasinga, picked from his house in Butiti village, Rakai district. Teddy Naluswata, wife of Ronald Muwonge, husband picked from her in bed at 𝐶𝐞𝐿 district. Grace Nakanjako, wife of Frank Lusambo 40, picked in 𝐶𝐞𝐿 and taken to a unknown place. Katerega Mulangisa, a 80-year-old man, his son, abducted. Christine Namusoke, wife of Obed Mugume, husband abducted. Francis Onebe, speak out how the wife was abducted, just to mention a few. Torture, murder, kidnap is taking place around the entire country, and we all pretend as nothing is wrong with Uganda, while all of us are breathing internally. We are bleeding internally. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button so that you don't miss the source of your information on Uganda. We are doing everything possible to improve Wang-oo, the fireplace, and even make it better. Let me be clear and let's get started. Basil Kiiza Bataringaya was a prominent politician in Uganda politics. In the post-independence, he was the leader of opposition from the beginning of Dr. Apollo Milton Obote's government. And there, he changed parties. He was then appointed to the powerful role of Uganda Minister of Internal Affairs. He was imprisoned, tortured, one of the first political prisoners to be executed by Idi Amin Dada regime. He was born in the village of Kantojo in the 𝐷𝐵𝐶𝐸 district of the Uganda Protectorate. His father, 𝐶𝐞𝐿 Kiiza, was a Sasa chief of Bunyaragururu. At the time, he attended residential boys' schools, secondary school, of Catholics curriculum in Fort Foto, Kabarole district in western Uganda. Before joining Teachers Training College of Uganda, the TTC, and thereafter he went to Makerere University. He was University College Guild President from 1955 to 1956. He became a secondary school teacher at Mutare Secondary School. And then supervisor of Ankole Catholic School from 1959 to 1961. When he was elected to Parliament of Uganda, he switched party and defected to the Uganda People's Congress. During Bataringaya time as Secretary General of the Democratic Party of Uganda and as the leader of opposition, he clashed frequently with party leaders and former Prime Minister Benedicto Kiwanuka. He saw Kiwanuka as arrogant and as an obstacle to the Democratic Party and their effort to re-obtain control as the majority party in the Parliament of Uganda. He attempted an intra-party coup, and the top ruling committee of the Democratic Party called for Kiwanuka to step down. But in the subsequent internal election, Kiwanuka won and retained control of the Democratic Party. He maintained control of the Democratic Party. The conflict between Kiwanuka and Bataringaya led to his crossover to UPC with 5 others Democratic Party MPs, a high-profile party switching in Uganda history. Bataringaya is a moderate politician. He believes in nationalism and desire to serve his country more efficiently. That is the reasoning of his defection to the other side. He was then rewarded and appointed Minister of Internal Affairs. He became a very powerful man in Obote's government. He was very powerful. in Obote's small inner circle of trusted advisors. Bataringaya traveled internationally. That is the promise they made when you switch party or when you cross over. He was rewarded with a ministerial post. On top of that, he was sent everywhere to represent Uganda internationally. He made the tour of the United States. He even visited Disneyland in California. And his wife, Edith Mary Bataringaya, headed the Uganda Council for Women. Those are the benefits you get when you switch party, when you cross over. That is when money and material objects take the best part of us as Ugandans. The crossing over we are seeing even today, from the independent to the ruling party, from the FDC to the ruling party, from the UPC to the ruling party, is something that started immediately after independence. We are a consumer nation. We are a consumer people. As far as money is concerned, we can do anything to get that money. Today, we are fighting two wars. Our youth, our children, our grandchildren are being tortured, murdered, killed, but we are still in pursuit of material wealth. If you look at Uganda today, the death and debt through borrowing is almost eating 50 trillion Ugandan shillings. Because we keep on borrowing, we need more. We keep on borrowing, we need more. But what we don't understand, what our people don't understand, is that borrowing that money, the 50 trillion Ugandan shillings, Uganda government has mortgaged a lot of Uganda properties. And paying that debt is going to take us 100 years. Some of us may not be there anymore. It is you, the youth, and our grandchildren who are going to suffer if we don't change our mindset. Bataringaya, as a trusted minister, he was in charge of putting out a lot of crises, just as the 1966 Uganda crisis, where Uganda troops, commanded by Idi Amin, attacked Lubiri and exiled the Kabaka Mutesa II of Buganda. Bataringaya was one of the first Ugandan to be detained by Idi Amin and the 𝙠 government. Amin dismissed all Obote's ministers 3 days after the coup, 55 political prisoners were put in jail. Amin personally interrogated Bataringaya, and while in detention, he was tortured, imprisoned at Makinde prison. He was then sent to the house scout of town of Mbarara, where he was brutally murdered. He was really brutally murdered. And when you see what is happening today in Uganda, then one can say that the ghost of Luwero genocide, the ghost of Acholi genocide, the ghost of Mukura massacre, the ghost of Buchoro, the ghost of Kasese massacre is back to haunt us, the people of Uganda. We are back to square one, where it all started. As I said before, the truth will always lead you back to where it all started. Our youth, our children and grandchildren have no future. They are being crushed, arrested, tried in a military court, kidnapped and killed. The silence from most of us endorsing genocide must come to an end. We, the people of Uganda, must stand up and reject such leaders. Believe me, there is no place for hatred in Uganda. Uganda is big enough for all of us. Let's get rid of that coronavirus that is killing our children. That coronavirus that is kidnapping our kids. That is the new set of coronavirus in Uganda today. We may cry loud, we may keep quiet, but let me be honest with you. Wang-oo, the fireplace, is covering a lot of angles of history. What happened before? What is happening now? Where we are going? And what is going to happen next? We have just started a long walk to freedom. And I still repeat, we have started a long walk to freedom. Those of you who are laughing because your neighbor's house is on fire, watch your back. The next one might be yours. Thank you for listening. And remember, I will